I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, July the 29th races at Hastings. We do have 7 races on tap. We do have lots going on. We have the corgi race, the dog races in between. Races. The corgis will be exciting, as well as, our talented thoroughbreds. And also we have our Sports Alumni Day. We got 3... Whitecaps, Leonarduzzi, a couple of the Leonarduzzi boys, and Carl Valentine, and some Canucks.
Some old Canucks, and we got our good friend Joey Kenward's going to be up there hosting it all throughout the day. So,
former BC Lions, former jockey, so it'll be a lot of fun. It's great to see people being able to keep in touch with the stars of the past here in the province of BC, our sports legends.
It'll be a very good day. As Mike mentioned, 7 races on tap. Let's get right into it. The first is a $8,000 race for 3-and-up Colts and Geldings. Wide open 8 going 6.5 here, field of 6. And I went to the 5 here, Burnham. I'm just hoping there's enough pace for him to run at. I'm worried about Born at the Track. He ran a big race last time for 62.50. This is a logical spot for him. He's proven that he's competitive at this level throughout the past. But I'm hoping that somebody goes with him, because if he gets hooked, he's not the same horse. He got away last time, ran away and hid, just never really got terribly pressured. I'm hoping if somebody goes with him, it sets up well for Burnham. Last time Hamill rode this horse was his last start last year. He won for 16. Now he's in for 8. Little bit of help. I got Burnham on top of Born at the Track, the one that should be,
tough to beat.
The controlling speed, and he's going to be tough to beat. I'm hoping that if he gets softened up a little bit, Burnham can run him down. And I threw in Bluegrass Pride, who scratched out of the 62.50 on Friday to run in here for 8. He's more of a horse I'd like to see. I mean, he won first out going 6.5. He's not at his best going 6.5. He's more of a distance horse, and this is a tougher heat than what he just bested last time. So I got him in the 3rd spot, 5-3-1.
I agree with the 3 and 5. I think those are the horses in here. The horses that scratched out of the 62.50, Bluegrass Pride, the 1, BC Charlie, the 2, and the 6-run Harvey Run, are obviously getting into some little bit tougher race. And I'm leaning to Born at the Track. I just don't see any speed in here at all. I think he gets the lead to himself, and it's his race to win or lose. I know he was very fortunate to get a 22-3, 46-4 opening half. But when this horse doesn't need it gift wrap that easily, though. He can still run well, going 22-2, 45-4, 45-3, and he can keep going. It's nice to see him get a win, because he can string wins together, this horse. He was beating 90 links in his prior 2 races. And, nice to see him run so well for owner-trainer Peter Melbourne. He owns with his wife, Susan. So I'd like him to win it. Burnham for 2nd. They were the exactor last fall. September the 16th. Burnham just nailed him in the stretch, but Born at the Track got pressured pretty good that day. But those 2 are, I think, pretty close in ability, and I agree with Bluegrass Pride. I put him in for 3rd. I went 3, 5, and 1 in the Sunday opener, which just kick off the early double, the early pick 4. Once again, first race at 150. On to the 2nd, it's our feature race of the day, $25,000 optional claimer here for 3-year-olds going 1 1/16. Tough to get past the 3 AF Indy. I missed the horse last time, and
so did I.
He just ran a huge race. I didn't see that one coming, but it was impressive. This horse sat off of a runaway leader and Mr. Finch. Put that one away, and then it was very game holding off Mighty Mick, and those 2 were 3 lengths clear. A Smart Deal, who came back actually to run well on last Sunday, ran, I believe, 3rd in a similar class race. But AF Indy looks to get a similar trip, sit off of Mr. Finch, and there's no other speed in here. Mr. Finch is going to go. AF Indy gets to sit a cushy 2nd, so it's
everybody else is behind him.
Could be a repeat performance. Up at the 5-horse Ace of Diamonds in for 2nd. I thought a good win over Chef and Spokane's Gem. He weaved his way through the field. Richard gave the horse a great ride and split horses at the head of the lane. Probably didn't need that to be that fortunate, but still the horse did go on to win by 2 lengths. But Ace of Diamonds, I think, is going the right way and has been running some good races. Actually, his buyer was 1 point higher than AF Indy's last time. And I put the 4-horse Rogerio. I'm going to give this one a shot. No chance going long against Weekend Wizard, and he's the reason in the Chris Losa Stakes, but this is a lot easier assignment for him. I thought he was the next best horse. I went 3, 5, and 4.
I don't know much to add. I'm with you. AF Indy ran was running okay here. His races were getting progressively better. Then he got to go long, and that's where he really shines. And, you know, tough to get past him. Him on top, Ace of Diamonds, the logical next horse. Got a good buyer last time, going long, breaking his maiden over Chef and Spokane's Gem. Watch how they can run back on Friday night.
That'll be interesting, to see how the horses are coming out of the Ace of
I mean, if Chef comes back and dusts him, then, you know that's not a terrible race he's coming out of. And I agree, Ruggiero. This is a horse I've always thought could run long. Only got beat a couple lengths in the Ascot last year. He's been sprinting this year, and as you mentioned, his first time going long this year was against Weekend Wizard and the top 3-year-olds on the grounds. This is a better spot for him. 3-5-4. I got the same horses as Mike in the same order. In the second, on to the third. Fillies and Mares, 4 non-2 lifetime, going 6.5 furlongs, field of 7. I went to the 2 here, the Frank Ma horse, Fluctuation. Bought this one privately off Glenn Todd. First out this year for maiden 16. Beat Bombay in excessive belief by a head. Wasn't a crazy fast heat, but still it was 16. Tried an allowance race, you know, with under par. Look out, Taylor Sweet 16. Those ones are considerably tougher. And Frank's doing the right thing. 4 non-2. I'm going to go to Fluctuation with Ruben Lara. Good to see hard-working jock Ruben Lara get a couple wins recently.
He won a couple.
Fluctuation for me on top of Velociraptor. Just got beat in neck by a fast-closing Convergent. Another Frank Ma horse, actually, last time. Led the whole way. There's not a ton of speed in here. Maybe Future Games pressures a little bit. Maybe Where's My Jenny, but she hasn't been as fast lately. I don't know what happened to her last time. Takes the blinkers off today, but Velociraptor I think is tough in here. And I threw in Pawnee Girl. Good effort first time against winners. Broke her maiden fairly comfortably. Came back a good effort against winners. Was just a few behind Velociraptor. I threw in her in for third. 2-5-4.
Yeah, I like the one. Where's My Jenny in here? I really think this horse will run well. I agree. I'm with you on the fact that this horse dropped in for 4 last time, and what happened?
What happened?
The horse was flat and chased Kodiak Rose and got beat a couple lengths for second.
Yeah, exactly.
She
got beat by 12, and Kodiak Rose won by 10. So,
but prior to that, her run behind Coco Agogo and Tell Tail was very good, and prior to that one, had a 51 buyer running third behind Don't Tell Judy and Kodiak Rose. I mean, she can run still, and maybe the blinker change will help. That 51 buyer towers over this field. Velociraptor got a 44 last time, and actually does have a 51 in the past. But those are the two. I thought 1 and 5 were the horses in here, as long as they don't duel each other into defeat. And I put the 2 Fluctuation in for third, who was actually bought out of the paddock sale.
That's what it was,
for $6,000 by Barry Lee and Conception Mabanta. Glenn put this horse in the sale.
There you go.
But 1, 5, and 2 in this afternoon's third race. On to the fourth, maiden $16,000 2-year-olds here. We have a couple of fillies in the lineup. Actually, 3 fillies in here, I think, and 6 colts and geldings. Going 6.5 furlongs. Going to put them right in the back here. Usually they've been going 6, but we're going to go 6.5.
Yeah.
I ended up on the 8 Kissy. Hopped in the air at the start in his debut, which cost him any position. Raced much of the trip in the 3 and 4 path. He only got beat 4 lengths to move on that day in Numani's reward. It didn't. This horse, another one that was in the paddock sale.
Yeah.
And didn't meet reserve and was kept by the Regelsons. And the son of Gotcha Gold looks like he's pretty alive in here. I think this horse is going to be dangerous, and I think the horse will show some speed if it breaks better. I put the 2 horse Discriminating in for second. Good runner-up effort to backseat rider. Wasn't the fastest of heats, but I went 14 and 2. But the horse broke the 115 barrier, which is fine, and did hold off Genoa Bay, who I also put in the mix, who might be one that can improve and run a little better than Discriminating, just because
this is his first start. Yeah,
just his first start. That was Discriminating's third start. But I thought those were your 2 horses, 8, 2, and 4. A lot of them coming out of the backseat rider race. I thought the 2 and the 4 were the only ones maybe you could take. Kindergarten Grader did get into a little trouble, the 5 horse, at midway on the stretch turn, but not enough really to, I thought should have been a little better than that. But maybe he'll improve third time out. But I went 8. I like Kissy on the class drop. Kissy. I think it's pronounced Kissy.
Pronounced Kissa.
Kissa, that's it.
There's no I and there's no A.
I know, but whatever. It's
Kissa.
8-2-4 for me in the fourth.
I just have the other way. I went Discriminating on top. Just, Jody Rossum's having a good year. She's got 5 of 13 in the money, but she still has that goose egg, and Mark Kluche is on fire, 26%. Him and Amadeo Perez are lights out together, and a little bit better post. Kissy's in the 8, Discriminating's in the 2, probably going to be the one they have to catch. I get Discriminating on top of Kissa. I agree with you. I think those are the 2. And I threw in Maven's horse, Kindergarten Grader. I didn't mind that performance last time.
That was fine. I picked him last time, and I just...
Yeah, we both liked him last time. But maybe third start, He could be tougher in here. 285 for me in the fourth. On to the fifth. 3 and up, 4 non-3, going 6.5 furlongs. Field of 7 in here. I went to the 5 Humphrey Lad. Looks like he can sit maybe off the pace a little bit. I'm a better cause. I can see that horse improving. He just had the one start this year. It was a winning. Yeah. There's a bunch of them coming out of the 4 non-2s here, basically. And the ones who've been running in the 4 non-3s haven't been running great. That's why I went with Humphrey Lad on top. Actually, I put Stone Ridge Ruler just because he was in that Alpha Uno Torneador race, and those are
running well this spring.
Those are tougher horses. Harold broke through the win last weekend, and if you go back, the last time he sprinted 2 back, only got beat 3/4 of a length by Musaka Chef, only a neck by Torneador. So I thought maybe him in for second, and I threw I Am a Better Cause, Pat Jarvis's horse in here, who I mentioned didn't get to the races till July 2nd, ran into a bunch of horses who'd been running and ran a really good race, got on the lead, went the whole way. However, the waters get deeper here in a 4 non-3, as they do for a bunch of them. I went 5-7-2.
Yeah, I agree with Humphrey Lad. That was a good race last time. This horse ran huge, defeating Russian Thrill, and I think we'll watch Russian Thrill earlier and see if that horse wins.
Yeah.
But that was on Friday. But Humphrey Lad, I thought a very good performance and a good time. I know the pace wasn't fast, but I don't think it will be again. I put the 4-horse Footman in the mix. Yeah. Don't love the horse. I just think he's a little better horse than a $4,000 horse. He did win when dropped into this level. They take the weight and go for the 3,000, and he may need a little bit more ground. So we'll see how that pans out. And I didn't want to leave out the 1 Texas Kid. He is speed. Got a stablemate, got a mare in here. We're as good as gold. Frank does have a couple in the lineup, but Texas Kid is fast, and I just think he may get the lead and get to slow things down. And his win 2 back was good. I know it wasn't the greatest non-2, but still did win in a decent time. And it wasn't disgraced against Musaka Chef, Tornado, and Stone Ridge Ruler after getting pressured. I know the half was only 47, but still I thought Enrique, who did win on him, gets aboard. So I always like to keep those rider-horse combos that are successful together. I went 5-4-1, but Humphrey Lad on paper to me looks really tough. On to the 6th race, got some $4,000 claimers, non-winners of the year, or non-4 lifetime, going 1 mile and a 16th. Got 8 of them to head to the starting gate. I went to the 1 Santa Fe Trail. I'm going to give him another shot. His best races throughout his career have been going long. He is speed. There is not a lot of speed in this race. I kind of liked him on the class drop last time, but he wasn't quite fast enough to get out there with Kelson and other speed, Peyton's best. But I just thought he ran fine, but I just think he's a way better horse when he's on the leader, sitting second, going long. I got a good work in 46 and 4. The horse can still run. I like Santa Fe Trail to defeat the 5 Cross the Line, who good 2018 debut, shook off a little rust. He hadn't been seen since September and ran a good 3rd in a good heat behind Kelson and Peyton's best. And he too will appreciate going along. And I put the 7-horse Cedarburg in for 3rd. 1, 5, and 7.
I went to the 5 Cross the Line. I thought that was a decent race. His first start, runs 3rd. He does not really a sprinter. Now he gets to go long, where he's had more success throughout his career. He's won 3 races, 2 of them at today's distance. So he's got that race into him. It was a good race. He got a fair bit of it. And now he gets to go long. I think Cross the Line can win today. I threw in Talkett's Charm for second. That was a pretty tough. The top 2 in the last race were tough. El Super and Alpha Uno.
They ran fast, 44.
Yeah, they figured to be tough, and they were. And he was only a couple lengths behind Alpha Uno. So this old 11-year-old, he got a 61 buyer. I could see him moving up, maybe getting a piece of it. And your top pick, Santa Fe Trail, there's got to be more there. He's been working right along. He just hasn't been showing up in the afternoons. Now he gets to go long. When he ran long earlier,
it's 12, 5, and 8.
I did Goodest and Royal Briar and Citron
to
Kid.
Win for more money. Willing to Travel's in for $25,000 on Friday night, and Citron Kids come back to win. Ace Deuce has won again. Like, those are tough.
Those are considerably tougher horses. Yeah, that's when he was going long. Now he gets to go long at the bottom, and he should. He's not
a sprinter.
Tougher in here. 5-4-1 for me in the 6th. On to the 7th, the nightcap, fillies and mares, 16 non-3, going 6.5 furlongs, field of 7. I went to the 2 Northern Storm, was claimed out of this condition, which she won. 3 starts go off Phil Hall. Went into that optional 25. I thought ran a huge race against Omi that day. Only got beat 3/4 of a length, and then was in that sturdy, tough allowance non-3 was Cypress Park, and Under Par's come back to win.
Yeah.
Those are quite a bit tougher. Now she's back into a condition which she's won at before. I take Northern Storm on top. I'm going to put Camus Reserve in the mix too. Granted, she's a 3-year-old filly running mostly against older horses, but she dusted a field of 3-year-old fillies for 12.5. Was entered back in, they scratched her, and she comes out of that same tough race, that Cypress Park Under Par race, which is considerably tougher. I think she fits well into a 16 non-3. Got her in the second spot. And I threw in the wild card in here, Solitaire's Vision, the Pat Parente horse coming from Woodbine, Fort Erie, Thistle Downs, been running, got a lot of stamps in the passport. Makes her way out here and worked good, 48-2, and good to see Richard Hamill take the call. That's kind of the wild card here, and I just didn't want to leave her out, but I don't know absolutely what to expect from her.
Craig McPherson's had the horse, so it'll be.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured.
We have the early PPs, but probably he's going to race in Craig McPherson's
That's what I figured. It would be in Craig's name. I put her in for third. 2-1-6 for me in the nightcap.
I'm going to try the 4 Classic Statement. I don't love anyone in here. It's a total crapshoot in here. I mean, whoever gets lucky with the trip, I tried Classic Statement. I thought this horse ran well. Was out there on the lead against 7x70. Battled throughout. Did lose the battle to 7x70 and did lose in the stretch to Mayfair Lady. But the horse still held well for third. I think all of her races this year have been reasonably good, even running against tougher horses prior to dropping into this condition last time. And Amadeo will be aboard, so a little different rider there. Our leading rider gets in the tack. Put the 2-horse Northern Storm in for second. 2 good runs with Enrique Gonzalez in the tack this year, and just too tough last time against Cypress Park and Under Par. This is easier. This is where she seems to fit. And I put the 5-horse Mayfair Lady, run another good race.
Yeah, she ran good
actually,
last
all 3
time.
of her races this spring have been good. A couple of tough trips, and last time she got a really good one and almost won the money. She was with a look if there is enough pace in here. If Northern Storm, Eco Charge, Classic Statement go, and Mayfair Lady might get a nice run in behind them. But I did leave out the 3-year-old fillies, Camus Reserve and Maury.
We basically touched on everybody except the 2 that we don't have in our picks. Eco Charge is eligible to win this race.
No, she's back sprinting too.
Yeah, she was bet right down last time going long. Now she's back sprinting. And Maury Girl, she's already won 2 this year, and she's getting back sprinting
back
too.
With her rider.
So this is the all button maybe in the last race.
It is a tough dash, and but I went 4, 2, and 5. That'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday afternoon program at Hastings. Next up on screen will be a little recap. We'll get the bingo balls up there. Back in race number 1, I went to the 3 born at the track and go 3, 5, and 1. Race number 2, I went to the 3 AF Indy. I'm going to go for the old 3-3 daily double. 3, 5, and 4 for me in the second. On the third, I went 1, 5, and 2. Race number 4, I went to the 8 Kissa. I'm going to go 8, 2, and 4. Race number 5, I went to the 5 Humphrey Lad. Probably one of my better bets of the day, 5, 4, and 1. Race number 6, I do really like the 1 Santa Fe Trail. Wire to wire, and we're hoping here. 1, 5, and 7 for me in the 6th. And on the 7th, went to the 4, a very tough final race. Going to go 4, 2, and 5, a Classic Statement on top.
There we go. On to my picks. Back in the first, I went to the old horse number 5 Burnham over the 3 and the 1. The second, I agree with Mike. Number 3 AF Indy looks tough over the 5 and the 4. In the third, I went to the 2 Fluctuation over the 5 and the 4. In the fourth, I went to the 2 again, the Mark Cluche runner, Discriminating over the 8 and the 5. In the fifth, I agree with Mike. Humphrey Lad looks tough in here over the 7 and the 2. In the sixth, I went to the 5, the Maben horse Cross the Line over the 4 and the 1. And in the nightcap, I went to the 2 Northern Storm over the 1 and the 6.
Well, that'll do it for the Sunday, July the 29th edition of Handicapper's Corner. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Just a couple of notes. Summerland, owned by George Gilbert and trained by Phil Hall, is currently en route to Delmar Racecourse. She was the impressive 2-year-old filly we saw break the track record,
so far,
going 3.5 in 38 4/5, then came back to absolutely breeze in the Spaghetti Mouse in 110
Super impressive,
4/5, beating all 4 male rivals. The Connections have decided to give her a chance down at Del Mar. And
She's going to the show.
Yep, $200,000 Sorrento Stakes on Sunday, August the 5th. So do watch for that. That's on Sunday, August the 5th. $200,000 Sorrento Stakes for 2-year-old fillies. Well, hopefully Summerland ships well and gives a really good account of herself. Our next live cards will be next Friday night, again, 7 o'clock. And then Monday, we got BC Cup Day.
That's right,
we will
BC
have
Cup
our
Day.
big signature day, over $300 to close to $400,000 in purse money. Will be given out on the Monday. Holiday BC Day program, August the 6th, I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, August the 6th, and like 6 or 7 stakes races, and lots going, or 6 stakes races for sure. Lots going on BC Cup Day. So we're on the Friday-Monday program next weekend. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, or hopefully you'll join us for the Friday edition of Handicapper's Corner here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do